the people on the train.
I'd like to know how TfL can possibly justify a 35% increase in the price of the off-peak Zone 1 to 6 travel card. Last year it was £8.90. Now it's £12, says David Epping.
So the answer to that is that we were asked by the Mayor to change the fare structure so that part-time workers or people who didn't work in the same place more than less than 5 days a week got a better deal, and that's cost us some big money to do that, and we've done it, and it looks as though it's working. So actually, for the first time from this fares revision, if you only work 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or if you work in different places, if you go on Oyster and pay as you go or contactless, you'll only pay for the journeys that you want, but you won't be discriminated against. We had to find the money from somewhere, and we found it by putting up the price of the off-peak zones 1 to 4 and 1 to 6 travel cards. They have gone up a lot. They have gone up a lot. Our information is that the numbers of people who are affected by that are in the low thousands of people who do that more than 1 day a week. They're not regular commuters, and
therefore?
And somebody's got to pay for the balance, otherwise you're just giving something away without getting anything back. That's the straight answer. So
the Deputy Mayor for Policing has said that he would, if elected Mayor, drop the fares by 3% a year. Now, either he's lying or you are, because you've come in here for the last 5 years telling me rate of inflation +1, it's really difficult, major infrastructure projects. Is it possible to reduce, whoever is mayor, the price of travelling on our transport system by 3% a year?
Well, let's say one thing, which is that I've no doubt that if Boris thought it was possible, he would have done it.
Yeah, that's not why I asked you, though, is it?
No, it isn't, but that's what I'm saying. Now, actually, Stephen Greenhalgh is a member of Boris's administration, but nonetheless, actually, if Boris had thought he could do it, then I'm sure he would have done it. My view is this, which is that when we get a new mayor in May 2016, the new mayor will be elected with some policies. They can look at our accounts, they can look at the amount of money we've saved, which is in billions, and we've still got more to do. And if they conclude that they want cheaper fares, and then actually one of two things will happen. They'll either have to find ways with us, of saving money in the organisation to do it, and or they'll have to press government to give us some more money. Now, as things stand at the moment, I'm expecting a new government to have another nasty spending review. I'm expecting the revenue subsidy I'm going to get to keep going down, and my principal challenge is to actually run as well as we do, and with the volume that we've got, what we're going to do. The bus service costs us $400 million a year. I want to find a way of continuing to run that so we don't leave people behind on the way to work and way going home. There are some savings to make. We've been big at making savings. You can't dissociate those savings, for example, from taking 2,000 people out of the tube since 2008, which we've done, unlike the National Railway Network. Those are real savings. There are more to be done, but actually the prospect of... So I've read that roughly speaking, 1% on the fares is about £30 to £40 million a year. So if you reduce them in real terms by 3%, let's say, you've got to find 90 million a year, 100 million. Now, the first year you do it, you've got to find 90 million. If you're going to do it next year, you've got another 90 million to add to the first 90 million. By the time you get to the end of 5 years, there's a very significant sum of money. And I'm not at all decrying the fact that we should be out to prove that we're an economic and effective organisation. I am frankly very doubtful that that's achievable at the same time as a large future reduction in government grant.
Timetables are important. You know that because you're the man responsible for our transport system. I'm running late. I'm going to get in trouble. And so I'm going to make you pay by keeping you for a few minutes more. If you want to speak to London's Transport Commissioner, pick him up on something he said. We haven't even got to the bicycles yet. Why don't you phone 020 722 4000. It is 6:31. Let's take the very latest